And it's not really like that
It's true.
anymore. You know what I mean? Do you remember that though? Like back in 2013, everything was online all the time, and we had like 2 or 3 LANs a year outside of majors. It felt like.
Yeah. I was always afraid to type in the lobbies. I never wanted to get on anyone's nerves. And every time we've had a newer caster and they've asked me about it, I've always advised, just don't talk. You know, unless you have specifically like, hey, you guys messed up this part of the rules, or you're responding to a direct question, just fuck off and read Twitch chat. All right. You got your own chat room. Leave that one for the players. But I digress, bud. We got game number 1 here ready to go. Liquid versus VP. A little slow getting this lobby loaded in. But alas, we are here. No surprise to see the Techies ban against VP. Everything else looking fairly standard. Maybe that Treant stands out a little bit. We've seen him picked a few times. I think he's a good laner. I think Tree might be a little underloved.
It's a Zayat's hero. It's like his best hero outside
Another
of Techies.
Zayat's hero? Okay.
Yeah. He was like back on Vega Squadron. He was playing a lot of Tree. I definitely stole all of his Tree tactics. When Tree was broken and I was playing some Tree games, I just copied everything he did, and it worked really well. Zayat's is very, very good on that hero.
Well, there you go.
The Oracle's still in. The big Liquid hero. The Keeper of the Light is still in. I feel like those are our Wind Ranger and our Tusk, right? Everyone's been banning that Wind Ranger. Can I see that again?
VP, I hope they've done their homework here. They ban out the Oracle, but given that Liquid banned the Death Prophet, I guess they are still pretty confident on the Oracle. But that's the combo that they've really prioritized.
I think they'll take the Coddle, though. I think Coddle's king in this situation. Maybe Grimstroke, I guess there's an argument for. I would not have guessed Phoenix, but they do like their Mars Phoenix. It's just been banned all the time.
The Phoenix.
I wonder why they like Phoenix more than the Grimstroke. Like, I guess Phoenix just secures team fights a lot better the whole game than Grimstroke does. Like, we've seen the power of Sunray. Sunray has just like single-handedly won a lot of the games I've been casting over the past couple of weeks. It's just such an insane ability.
They seem to like healers. Maybe that's a little bit of it. But they have opened with the Grimstroke a few times also. Now, if you're VP, do you feel obligated to take the Mars as a potential deny pick?
That's a good question.
Knowing how well the Egg and the Arena work together. I mean, it's a fine hero, although VP grabbed the Beastmaster. I think likely your position 3 and a Crystal Maiden. So they go the complete different route, try to fight fire with ice.
Well, we do see the Beastmaster a lot versus the Phoenix, which makes sense because it's just attack speed for everyone versus the Egg. That's just kind of handy.
Sure.
Plus, the hero's just super strong. Has a lot of physical damage versus no armor. Yeah, vision. Beastmaster owns. So nothing too crazy about that. The Crystal Maiden, though, that's still a pretty unusual pick these days, especially when most of Solo's heroes were still in. Assuming that it is his, this could be an aggressive duel lane. This could be for Zayats.
It's interesting. Like, you see the CM against Shen. That's the one time I feel like I can get behind a CM pick in the current meta. She doesn't really feel that strong. She's one of these ramp-up supports where in the lane, you can get run over very easily.
It depends a lot on her laning partner, right? Like, she can also absolutely dominate a lane if she just ferries out like 6 mangoes.
She can. It's possible, but I think you put it right. You have to draft around it. You got to pick CM with a goddamn plan. You're not just picking this hero as a casual support. We're giving mana to our team. It's a little more nuanced than that right now. But they take the Mars.
Not the Warlock, though. We weren't Warlock fans.
We are definitely an upgrade from the Warlock.
Actually, this is actually my pub counter to the Phoenix because you get the level 20 talent with Crystal Maiden, and then you always destroy the Egg.
Right.
I'm always thinking of that. I'm not even kidding. You're going late game.
I mean, in pubs, that's fair. I don't think it's ever a winning proposition to count on your team to close it out early in solo queue.
Dude, there it is.
Definitely not bank on that. The Juggernaut ban. Oh, right. Shit. The Lycan, he's getting inside of their heads.
And now they're like, well, is it just because like Jug's good versus Phoenix and like kind of good versus Mars at the spin? Or are they picking the Lycan? Do we have to ban the Lycan now, guys? Igor, what are your thoughts?
Igor. Thoughts.
This is
they
tough.
ban out the Grimstroke.
You don't actually know if Liquid are just going to run the Phoenix and the Mars together, or if they're going to give the Phoenix over to Insania, which is very likely, and they're going to pick one of these other Taiga heroes that are just so obnoxious with the Mars, right? Like the Dark Willow, we see all the time. I already like the Willow because of the ground target versus Crystal Maiden, like the glimmer into the ulti. It's always good to have some stuff that can break her out of that if you can't target her.
Lycan is still in the pool.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they already have the Beastmaster. It's very likely that they could go like Coddle.
Yeah, dude.
I think you pick Coddle here and you run the Crystal Maiden as a 4, and then just go all out aggro.
Oh, CM in the 4.
It lets you play really fast. They could also do like Witch Doctor and try that, but I'd rather just pick Coddle because I think Coddle's just like better.
See, can't you just take a hero like Ogre or something and match him up in the lane against CM? And then she just gets bullied?
If she's playing the 5, but not when she's playing the 4.
Okay.
Because when you're playing the 4, it's just like your offlaner guy's just going to fight with you the whole time.
I don't know that it's the 5 CM, though, seeing this Pango Beastmaster. 4 Pango, 3 Beast, 5 CM would be my guess. In a vacuum, at least.
Yes.
I don't think 5 Pango's too impressive.
No, we'll be hoping for a 5 CM. That does limit their position 1 pool, though, because now you're going to want someone who's largely independent, which does bring up the liking conversation again. And maybe he can't like play that well with Crystal Maiden in terms of offensively, but you already assume that you're going to be on the back foot versus like a Mars and a Phoenix. So, I mean, is there any reason not to pick Coddle here and just give Taiga the Phoenix? I guess Coddle's not that good versus Pango if they went that route. They could just go for... They already banned the Grimstroke, so that was a good cover of the Pangolier, right? Make sure they wouldn't just have that leash to stop the ulti. Oh, Rubik's still in. Yeah, they're going to pick Taiga Rubik, like, for sure. It's a really good Rubik game.
That.
What?
No.
Why do you do this to me?
It's the Witch Doctor.
Oh, dude, the Rubik looks so good, though.
Well, this is 2 sources of heal. That's like the only advantage I can think of Witch Doctor over the Rubik in this kind of scenario. He has a heal.
I guess I would assume that their only thought was that the lane wasn't going to go well, and they wanted someone to help secure the position 1 a little bit better. Use the Witch Doctor plus their carry. Make sure that either Mickey or Quakefa, you never know who's going to be the side lane with these guys, will have a better time, and then the Phoenix and Mars will be laning together. Because like you can imagine that if it's Phoenix plus 1 carry, like you could get run down by something like Beastmaster Pango. But damn, it was a nice Rubik game. Oh, it's painful.
Damn, Witch Doctor versus CM. What a blast from the past. I guess Witch Doctor also does synergize with their team fight catch in terms of dropping the Death Ward inside of the Mars arena. Like that's kind of a cool combo.
Cask is okay with the egg too, because everyone like clumps around trying to kill it.
Yep. And I don't know who's the 4 and who's the 5.
It'll probably be Insania on the 5 Witch Doctor, but you never know. I mean, we did have who was it?
Yeah.
Yapsor played the Witch Doctor recently for Secret.
So, but I've played the Mars Witch Doctor lane a couple times, and you certainly have a decent amount of kill threat. The Cask makes it easy to set up for spears, and then you got your Cursed Ground Maledict on top of that, and Mars hits him with a Rebuke, and you're generally going to find some kills there. So I wouldn't underestimate that combo. It's slightly akin to like the Witch Doctor Centaur. Maybe a little bit less bursty, but well, here you go. Morphling. A carry that will be more independent later on, but like is this going to be a CM Morphling lane? Because that's about as rough as it gets at level 1, I'd say.
That doesn't sound very fun, does it? And they're on Dire's side, too.
I think once you hit, like, level 6, level 10, then that combo feels pretty good. But, like, pre-ultimates, I think you're going to get bullied like crazy.
Yeah, that almost makes you want to put the Witch Doctor in the aggro lane now.
Yeah. Like, a Witch Doctor can be pretty good against Morphling early on just because of the Maledict. It makes it so much harder for you to morph the way that you want to get the value out of regen. It just adds another element that Morphling has to play around when he's particularly weak. And now Liquid, they get the big boy. It's the Wolfman, Mr. Lycan.
That's too funny, though. Thoughts on Jug versus Lycan? Ban Jug, pick Lycan. Insania's going to have to do his own research, I guess. He's like, fine, if you won't tell me, I'll just throw out the Lycan, and we'll see how this goes, and next game I'll let the Jug through, and then it'll be fine. They're going to... Man, how far has OD fallen that he can't even be picked here, dude? Versus a Morphling, versus the Roar with the Astral Save. There's some quality OD things here, but alas, the hero is in the dumpster. So they banned the Lina instead, another kind of classic Morphling counter where she just roams around and looks for the kills. There's still Queen of Pain, though, who's been very popular, can fill a similar role. There's also... Oh, shoot, there was someone else I was thinking. Oh, Pugna's still in, too.
All pretty good options against the Morphling. He's just rough against burst damage. I think that's the big one. Pugna always feels good against the Morph.
It's also just like the game, right? With like Pugna with Lycan and Mars and just running down, having someone to help take these towers nice and fast and just cement your control over the game.
I think both Pugna and Quap fit the bill there. Like Queen of Pain can play around in the Mars arena very well. You've got this really solid team fight. Pangolier is a little bit annoying. He'll break things up. I guess Pango is pretty annoying against Witch Doctor, but so far I'm liking this Liquid draft quite a bit. Very meta plus a Witch Doctor.
It's also a good Monkey King game, but they don't know their matchup would be the only downside. Then they'd have 3 melee cores. But I mean, we've seen teams still get away with that. I kind of like the Queen just because the lane worrying, you know, you're safe, right?
Yeah, you're right. Picking blind into a match. I mean, does Pugna really have that many?
No, Pugna or Queen of Pain
mid?
are both fine by that regard, I would say. It's like nothing just ends your game really, and they will take the Queen.
Okay. Very well-rounded draft here. Great mix of initiation, mobility, pushing. Should have plenty of damage throughout the mid-game in these team fights. Might have trouble dealing with the Morphling like late game. If he somehow has a really good lane, if this Morphling starts to take over. I feel like this Liquid draft sort of has to play from ahead to look good, but I also think they'll be able to achieve that so far based on the lanes.
Puck looks kind of good. I mean, we've been seeing a lot more Puck lately just because like someone who can lane versus the Queen of Pain, but it would do their lineup good. Maybe they'd be a little low on damage because it's like a lot of stun stacking, but CM can help a lot with that. If Pango hits his spells, that's going to help. Gets a little lucky maybe.
You need some sort of tether or some sort of big lockdown. Lycan Quap is so much mobility, and we've seen Grimstroke in a lot of these games actually against Lycan, Storm, Queen of Pain. VP banned it out, and they take the Timber Saw.
Okay, nice. So that's probably for no one, right?
I think so. I think it's got to be.
Looks like they're having a discussion. Maybe ILTW likes playing it or something. I don't know, but
we'll see.
I can't
Solo
say.
And Zayats grab their heroes.
Yeah, it's not a massive no one hero that I just instantly think. You know, what I mean, like there's some mid laners who you're just like, oh yeah, it's their Timber. You know, but
I mean, is this Beastmaster mid? They haven't picked yet, which is why I'm wondering if they're even considering it. I haven't seen that since like Fada played it. No one takes the Morphling. ILTW takes the Beastmaster, and Rezo grabs the Timber.
There were discussions on who wanted to play the Timber, it would seem. Who wants what here, guys?
It's one of those Solo picked it and went, all right, now one of y'all core is going to have to figure this out. I'm
Fight amongst yourselves.
I know what I'm playing. This is like one tricked out Pangolier, man.
He really is. He's some Jack Sparrow shit going on.
Extra piratey.
You know, the intro to that movie, the first one with Jack Sparrow on that boat, that's like top movie openings of all time.
Oh, hell yeah.
To think that was the opening of a giant franchise of movies, they really nailed that.
Yeah, that franchise is a little cheesy. It gets worse overall, but the beginning, I'm with you, dude. I mean,
we were the right age for it when it came out. It was like... I think
if you watched all the movies back to back, like 1 through 4, it just progressively gets worse over time. Even the first movie, right? It starts up here and then just slowly comes down. I don't even think Johnny Depp's in the last one. I mean, it's as bad as it gets. So what do you think here? Do you like this VP draft? Do you think this Timber pick is the carpet that really tied the room together? Or you feeling this Queen of Pain Lycan?
I've seen the Morphling versus the Queen of Pain before. In terms of late stage, and I feel like that's what they're gonna try and do. Obviously, with no one taking it, plus just no one being no one, and it kind of reminds me of that Bristleback Ember one, where it's like, except Bristle and Ember, it was like one of us is going to die first, right? Where I'm gonna spam quills and you're gonna flame guard at me, and one of us is going to die, and that's gonna be it. Whereas the Queen of Pain Morphling one is more like the Queen of Pain might overcommit and die, and if she does that, that's gonna be bad. But if she doesn't overcommit, then it'll be fine. But alas, that's not what we're doing. We're just going to give Koikva free farm mid, because Koikva is just going to take the Lycan to the mid lane instead. So there we go.
Okay, so this is definitely one of the advantages to this Liquid squad, is they are not afraid to switch things up. They do not play these rigid player locked into lane position kind of game. Lycan on Morphling, it should be okay. I think Lycan's got enough regen, enough damage that he'll be able to work the jungle, farm the lane.
It's not going to be good for the Lycan, but it's also, look at his other option, right? Like with the Timber Saw coming out, they don't want to send him into the Timber.
Yeah.
So this is what they've wound up with instead. I think this last pick was very good. I would not be feeling too hot about these lanes if I was Liquid right now.
It certainly puts that CM into focus a little bit more. I'm excited to see what solo can get done. Yeah, VP will start at least in an aggro try setup. Solo takes a dagger. It's a 3-on-2 though, and now VP get a little more aggressive. They know Mickey does not have a blink, and this Queen of Pain, she might take an early tumble here. She has no escape plan.
Yeah, not expecting so many heroes, I guess. That's a pretty brutal first blood to hand over to the Timber Saw that, already going to be a pretty hard lane, I think. Like, Queen of Pain is not going to do that well versus a Timber, right? Like, what is the main benefit of a Queen of Pain? She chips you down over time with damage. These guys can just do whatever they want. Like, he's got a ton of regen, he's got armor. They are going to try and body block the wave, try and push this one back out so that their own wave dies, and the wave will meet near the tower. And there will be some time where Rezo needs to level up, right? Because he started with the Timber Chain to secure the kill, but
yeah,
he's going to be just fine.
I think so. Although, does the Timber actually stop the Quap from farming? Because you're right, she can't kill him. He completely negates any of her threatening prowess, but it should be the kind of matchup where they just trade farm for the most part.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the support play on the sides, though. Like, are they just going to kill Insania like 4 times? You know what I mean? Like, is Zayas just going to walk at him with his Orb of Venom, and then the Queen of Pain doesn't rotate over to help, and then, let's say the Queen does blink over, does the Timber suddenly Timber Chain, and then she's got 15 seconds where she won't be able to blink again,
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Solo did make his way up top. There we go, though. And that Maledict, level 2. Oh, yeah. That is one thing you love. Yep.
Very nice against the Timber, no doubt. Keeping eyes on this mid lane, though. Koikva off to a good start against no one. Obviously, Morphling ramps up pretty significantly in the first couple levels, so I would expect the Lycan to have an advantage at the start. Morphling kill neutrals from the mid lane effectively. I feel like that's one of the aspects of this mid matchup that'll favor Koikva, is how quickly he can tear through the jungle when the lane pushes in.
Yeah, well, it's not really a massive problem. I mean, you can jungle and stuff as the Morphling. It's just not as easy or safe, right? It's like...
Yeah. You ain't no Storm Spirit, that's for sure.
No. But he's better than your average bear still, But I mean, that's kind of one of the qualifications of mid lane. If you can't at least do some neutraling, you're probably not a mid hero.
If you can't kill neutrals, you're automatically disqualified.
Pretty much.
Zayat and Insania trading some blows, and Insania getting the better of it so far. This is one aggro Witch Doctor, and whoa, look at that blink from Mickey. It's only a level 1 Zayat, and Swashbuckle's got that pretty long cooldown of 20 seconds. They try to pressure him, but alas, he makes it back.
It's hard to figure out what to do right now in terms of pressuring Rezo too, because you can try and keep going for these plays with the Maledict and everything right now, and it will be effective, but he's also still got 4 tangos, he's got a stick, and it's just going to keep stacking up. By the time he's level 5, those kind of plays don't work, because the way Maledict functions is that it's based off of how much damage you've lost since the curse begins, right? And that adds the additional burst and stuff. And so when you're regenning a ton through it with the reactive armor, it's not going to look nearly as cool as it did at level 1.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They're rotating Zayat's up top when the wave is really far pushed out. So he must be up here just for the pull, but there's no camp to pull at the moment. Oh, he can get the 18-second pull, though. And they have an Observer Ward, too.
We see this sometimes with these pretty stable offlaners. I say that, and Rezo gets initiated on. It's a level 2 Maledict, but I don't think that'll be enough for the kill. But Timber kind of wants the solo XP here. Zayats wasn't really doing much in the lane, couldn't really pressure. So I think the call is like, well, at least you can secure us up top. You can pull, you can get something out of the jungle, because down here, you're just holding both of us back.
And now, yeah, this has turned into a very bad situation.
Yeah. Timber's kind of greedy like that. We'll see Zayats take some damage against Taiga. 4 minutes coming up, so we could see some pressure on the runes. Taiga able to Icarus dive away.
I thought this would go better because I thought Rezo would just cut sooner, but he's sticking to it in the lane. He needs to be really careful here. Yeah, they're just gonna jump right on top of Rezo. Oh, he didn't get the. Oh, he did get the bounce, but
oh, it goes back to him actually. The Timber Chain makes this hard. No more blink from Mickey, but they're handling the Timber. Witch Doctor very effective so far. You don't have to kill him to secure the lane for the Quap. I mean, he's 9-1 right now compared to the 14-7 Queen of Pain.
I wasn't expecting the Pango to just dip so early.
You think he should have stayed? I mean, you feel like he was actually doing something? Because I can kind of understand the call of why they'd want him to at least work the jungle and help top. He was like losing the duels against Witch Doctor.
Well, I kind of thought he would stay bottom and just like pull the first couple waves for like the first few levels until they got him back up into a better reactive armor situation, right? Because like, what's Witch Doctor gonna do to you pulling the waves around as a Pango?
Yeah, that's a pretty fair point.
They're going for the sneak play mid, though. Insania is running up behind, hoping that no one's going to be asleep at the wheel.
And there's the cast. Ooh, nice dip, but he gets off the curse. Koikva not going to be able to finish him off. Good call to TP. Meanwhile, up top, Zayats did go down. Battle over the rune. They're also going to get a kill on the Solo. Taiga and Boxy make the dream work in the top lane. 2-0.
They are absolutely crushing right now. I mean, the only one having a really great time, I guess, is the Morphling. he's like 5 last hits. I mean, the Beastmaster last hits are kind of fine, but I just look at these supports and just dropping your Crystal Maiden in your Pango like that's pretty painful. Slightly greedy supports here.
500 net worth on her. No boots. She's a stick and a couple of potions.
One thing that Insania did really well that made this lane go even better bottom was that like he was able to get that big zone out at the level 3, and then he kept him stuck out there so that he couldn't get any more reactive armor. And then like even right now, Rezo's not getting a pull onto him, right? He's got 8 charges from 1 creep. It's just taking way too long. And Meke is just sticking on him. Just saying like, I'm not letting you back near the creep wave again.
This is kind of how I have to play against the Timber. Give him a taste of his own medicine. This is what he'd be doing to you if the roles were reversed. Can't let this hero accelerate.
Well, this is really bad because you also can't let this hero stall out if he's on your team. I think.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, this presents a sticky situation for VP.
Your only hope is that he's absorbing enough of the attention of the Queen of Pain that it's going to be worth it for no one, because once Mickey hits level 6, there's a temptation there to start hunting for no one, right? Like, make a rotation mid, try and get a Sonic Wave kill, and then that's when Rezo will start cutting the tower, the creeps will start hitting it, and then someone's going to have to try and hold that back. So maybe that'll be something they can try and pull apart and perhaps abuse with, like, the Hawk Vision down bottom, but there's going to be this pressure, I think, on Virtus.pro to make that southern movement at some point.
A lot of pressure on this Morphling right now. And still has a ways to go before he's ready to do much. Go Shred's first item. Really curious to see what build no one looks for. If we see like a relatively fast E-Blade, if he just goes Manta.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Curious to get a little bit of insight of how VP see the tempo going. I think sometimes you can make a case for fast E-Blade if it allows you to find those pickoffs. You know, if you can one-shot Witch Doctor and start getting your bankroll going, it's a great way to recover and get yourself back in the game. But
I mean, it's a really good E-Blade game, but a lot of it's
a little risky.
Yeah, it depends on how fast Mickey is playing too. See if he starts going for that Orchid.
Yeah, Morph can definitely get trapped in that next item syndrome, right? We've remarked before, like, pretty long gone are the days of Morphlings going Lincolns first before they feel like they can go for another item. I doubt we'll see something nearly that defensive.
Lincolns. But what an item.
Sometimes you have to go for like an early BKB though, and it's another one that doesn't necessarily feel like first item BKB on Morphling never feels good.
There's games where it's, yeah, I mean, you're right. It's never like amazing, but there's definitely games where you can get away with it just because of how powerful your ulti is. And this is one of those games where the ulti is actually really good. So independent of what his item build is, no one should be thinking a lot about like who he's going to be targeting during these team fights. It sounds kind of weird, but even something as like simple as a Witch Doctor, like if you can get off a good cask and a Maledict, like just super fast with your ulti, it's completely fine. But the big dream ones are, of course, like big mobility, things like the Queen of Pain, or even just an additional spear from the Mars.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Starting to feel like Witch Doctor's a little bit of a counter pick to the Timbersaw. He's just so good at threatening. Anytime the Timber gets aggressive, Insania hits a curse, and the Timber basically has to run or TP or threaten his own life.
He's always been a good counter to like the super tanky offlaners. Like when Tide was popular, that was pretty much the last time Witch Doctor was like super meta before as of now. Like
good against Bristle too.
Yeah, anything that you can really abuse the Maledict, but it is, you know, dependent on this kind of a situation, a 2v1, you know. This is where Witch Doctor definitely shines. It's kind of like Disruptor, where like the 2v2s aren't necessarily his best thing, but Insania just has like total freedom right now. It gets that big ward in behind too. Don't think that Cask's gonna hit.
Yeah, no bounce, but going forward from Mickey, he's got the ult, and this should be enough. One more tick, there it is. Insania gets credit for the kill.
But it's not on my Morphling. That's what I'm saying about that Timber Saw. Guys, it's okay.
It's okay if I feed, as long as my cores do well.
Rezo, you are a core player. Oh, right. My bad. Not looking like one, is he? 1,800 net worth. What happened to Zayats, dude? What's going on? What's this Pango up to?
Is a Pango without a home right now. We've seen this a number of times where the position 4 doesn't really synergize with the offlane hero, so he can't really lane, he can't really do anything top, he can't really gank either at these early levels. You can't really jungle. I mean, what do you do? He's now level 3 against this level 7 Queen of Pain, so if he shows in lane up top though, see some initiation. Mars in some trouble, has an arena, but stunned up, a very long stun duration with that Centaur to follow up, and they will get a much needed kill on Boxy. Good rotation from Rezo to try to make something happen.
How many bounties are going to get? 3, it looks like, for... Oh, Mickey didn't go for it, actually. He backed off. Guess he was worried there could have been someone up there.
Yeah,
thought he was trying to play aggressive to steal it.
2 for 2. Same with the outpost. They'll go even there.
Nice ward placed down earlier from Insania. Is going to spot this big TP rotation. So this is that southern pressure we were expecting early on. The Sentry will catch it over on the side.
This is right around the time, if you're playing in the safe lane, you should start expecting.
Oh, look at this, though. They TP Koikva to the tier 2. They smoke, and that Hawk didn't see it in time.
This is pretty crafty. Mickey is trying to play bait.
Yeah, be careful, though. Oh!
He does blink out. This is level 6 on Zayats now, so there is a Rolling Thunder. Pango pump fakes. Boxy comes in, connects with a spear, holding the arena, but will, continue to hold it as Koikva goes wolf form. They get that first kill. Now, can they get more? Good split coming out of VP. Solo goes south. Meanwhile, ILTW getting dove under tower. The Lycan, so annoying in these scenarios. You just can't get away from him, dude. 650 movement speed with all those little summons.
Yeah, that was a sick rotation. Now he's just toggling the aggro with his creeps under the tower and wants to put that damage right in there. He's going to bring the wave. Force the glyph already. Taiga is just freely in the mid lane right now. Has the egg now at level 6.5. So he's very happy. But Zayats, again, like he pumped like that ulti. He also got back up to 6 very quickly thanks to that little bit of time in the bottom lane. So at least they have that for a potential defense if they want to keep that pressure at bottom. Solo's already lurking here with that looks like the dire mango tree. Interesting placement.
Well, Liquid still holding on to a nice lead. Kind of feels like they have 3 cores compared to the 2 of Virtus.pro at the moment.
Zayats is coming too down here.
Oh, there's the arena. They're going to find one. This is a big rotation from VP, though. Boxy now going to get pushed back. Insania drops the ulti and gets the kill on Solo first, and then Boxy falls. But in the back line, Mickey finds ILTW. Now he's going to be isolated. No blink. Does drop the ulti, though. Standing on top of the chakram, tanking the whole thing as Rezo finishes him off. Now Insania, level 7, on the run. Pretty much out of gas here. Maxed out Maledict, but no damage to put into it. And it is VP that'll find a victory. This big engagement down bottom.
Rezo making the comeback here. Didn't get that much gold. In fact, a lot of it actually went to Zayats, which is completely fine. You know, you're a little bit poor on some of your cores, but at least one of your supports is doing okay. Although, to be fair, both the Radiant supports are actually at the same level of Zayats right now. But this is that eventual pressure that they want in the bottom lane. Go ahead and focus down this tower. You can see an immediate ping up top from Liquid. They want to start pressuring and try to trade that too. And they're going to bring the Wolf as well.
Very impressed at how well VP have recovered from this laning stage. They're still at a deficit in terms of net worth, but they're starting to take some control. Morphling mid initiated on with that double damage. They don't have the damage to bring him down. He's level 11. He is going to go for that E-Blade rush. Already has the Ghost Scepter. They're kind of letting this Morphling get away with a lot, and I'm starting to worry a little bit for Liquid here.
And again, it comes back to how much they committed onto that Timber, right? Like, and then having 3 heroes up top too the whole time. It didn't matter how many Radiant heroes were there. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure they could get onto ILTW at the same time. But yeah, no one's just been like totally free. At least now they're moving to his jungle. Insania's trying to get some vision down. He's gonna try and find where's the sneakiest ward I can get. Which one won't get to ward? Oh my god, a Morphling, kill him!
Well, can they actually kill him? The curse from Insania. In comes Mickey. No ultimate. No one looking to TP out. I think he's good.
Yeah, he should be fine. No, not even close. But down bottom, all that pressure onto no one leaves them free. Taiga has to be careful. The egg here. Oh, Zayat's swinging a miss there on the swashbuckle.
Yeah, Taiga should be good. They do lose that tier 1 in the bottom lane, though. However, Liquid pick up the tier 1 mid.
Dude, multi-shot was a nerf to Timbersaw. Did you see that? He's just trying to tank the tower for his catapult. They glyph it, and then just multi-shots his catapult while he's still getting hit, too. Poor guy.
Darn multi-shot.
That was a nice buff to glyph, I have to say. Before, glyph pretty much did nothing unless you TP'd.
It's nice that... Did it always turn off faster on the creeps, or was that a little tweak that they made to it?
That was a tweak, because before, I mean, it didn't even affect creeps before, right? And then they tweaked it again, I think.
I see. Yeah, there were a number of changes there, but I like that as well. Being able to use glyph like aggressively to shove a creep wave in up the high ground. It's a cool little strat. Meanwhile, mid, yep, Taiga also went down in the bottom lane. Zayats with some great bounces, and that'll be 2 down on the side of Liquid. Quick up top, has some allies surrounding Resolution, and they will destroy this Timbersaw. Spear makes it easy, but a lot of damage. Look at this dire vision, by the way, in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah, they have committed.
They got the triangle of wards here.
They've pretty much given up on top, and that's protecting this whole area from Morphling. And of course, we always talk about it, but Ancients are a pretty nice thing to have.
Yep.
Not when you get rooted by them, though.
About 1,000 off the E-Blade, a little bit less as Morphling clears out another set of Ancients.
Do you see Boxy? He just said he wants Quakefer to come down here, and I think they want to smoke into their own jungle right now. They have one on Taiga.
Well, pesky ward here in the mid. Need to be careful of this positioning.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, so Quakefer's going to show mid while they smoke in. But yeah, Solo... He's the closest. Pango's courier just gonna get out of there, and Quakefer's gonna walk in, maybe hoping to be baiting, like thinking they might have a ward here, which they do. So he's walking under the Hawk. Now they're hoping to catch a rotation, try and kill the Lycan.
Yeah, he's scouting with the Wolves. Reveals onto Zayats. It's a nice swashbuckle back, but no hope for escape. Easy spear for Boxy.
Yeah, big rotation, but at least they get a kill out of it, so not too bad. They will lose that bottom tower still, though. So the top lane perhaps next as Rezo continues to put his own pressure up here. Has the hood complete now, so he's going to send out the ring.
Courier's bringing the E-Blade.
Yeah, they're right back on their way up into this territory, though. They left it for a second, and Liquid were like, all right, back up here. This is where we want to control right now. This is the territory that helps control Roche. Before I lost their bottom towers, that could be a problem. No one should be fine here. Oh, nice, that's his oh no, he got it. He just got that E-Blade. Oh man, I thought they got his courier.
Solid 500 gold bounty, so I guess that is worth it for Liquid. But a bit concerning that they're already struggling to kill this Morphling. Give it another 10-15 minutes, and I think no one is going to be king of the castle unless VP makes some serious misplays between now and then. Solo does get himself a ward, trying to TP. Insania will stop that.
Radiant are scanning.
I think the real problem for Liquid right now will just be this bottom lane, because the lack of the towers and the Beastmaster. This is like Beastmaster's favorite place to play Dota, right? As just constantly pushing the lane and controlling it all with the Hawks. So it's an Invis rune, though, is a nice way to maybe get this kill and stop from doing this without having to waste one of your smokes. And he's got the Blink Arena distance right now. He just needs more allies for the kill. It looks like he's going to be quite dead.
Boxy with the arena again. Finds ILTW. Zayats does go rolling on through.
No one's coming through. He wants cleanup.
They might be able to do it. There's the E-Blade reveal. Good night, Boxy. Maybe hungry for more. Phoenix drops the egg, or a pyramid in this case, as no one gets pressured back. Koikba in hot pursuit. Witch Doctor ulti deployed. Sunray trying to burn him down. Zayats in the front, but they're not going to be able to save no one. Now Zayats goes down, and Liquid erupt with a furious momentum as they get 4 in the bottom lane. A double for Mickey, and this will at least be one tier 1 tower.
Yeah, a little bit greedy there to go for that. Man, Sunray is absolutely insane. That's the last touches of that Sunray were doing like 300 damage each. That spell is wild. So yeah, no one not able to handle it. He morphed right into the Phoenix, and that dive was not great, right? Like that was like his potential way out, and he kind of used it as like an aggressive slow before realizing, oh, they're just gonna drop the egg. I need to leave this fight. So not the best rotation there out of our boy on the Morphling. You can see Virtus.pro. I've got this one of the sneakier wards in behind the Roche pit. This one's becoming more and more common. But they want to keep an eye on when they're moving over here. They also have the Hawks to rely on too. But Solo just gonna die.
About to be soloed. Oh, Mickey.
Yo, Mickey.
Obi.
Pip, my bad.
Wait, last tick of the dagger tread. It's gonna be close. 3 HP. 3 HP.
I never did.
Oh, Mickey, my man. You shrewded that one.
All right,
it was bad enough that he let it go the first time, thinking the illusion would finish him off, not looking at the stick charges, and then that he blinks forward and misses the scream.
I felt that. I feel like that's
double
exactly
whammy.
what I would have done.
Ugh. I mean, it's only a kill on the CM. Honestly, it really doesn't matter for much at all.
Well, it's fun for our entertainment, at least. That's for sure.
Yes, that's
the most important thing. We have a problem now, though, for our boy No One, guys. He's got to deal with the old Spirit Vessel. 5 charges currently lined up, and this guy is well away from a Dispel. Since he went for that E-Blade first, needs to be very cautious about that.
Roshan under assault.
Oh, that's the target he wants. He's digging. Get him, boys. He's digging a hole.
Uh-oh, now the arena comes out. They're going to reinitiate onto ILTW. He gets obliterated. Zayats comes rolling in. A double damage Wolf stuck inside of the ice cube, but should be able to finish off Solo. I think that attack speed slow is pretty brutal. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight, Taiga low, but the Witch Doctor ulti destroying Resolution. Liquid roll over him. The double damage rune, making it all the easier. Let's take a look at the damage done, and yep, the Lycan, 2k damage.
I've never seen a hard carry bail in a fight faster than No One just did. He saw it. Once they didn't get that Phoenix, the dive got away. It's like, nope, this is not going to go well for us, guys. Zayats just roll TP, dude. Everyone try and bail, but there is a lot of cats right now on the side of Liquid, right? Like, it's going to be pretty hard to just everyone get out right now.
6k net worth lead. Liquid have reclaimed the momentum. And a lot of that gap, as we've been remarking, some of it on the cores, but a lot of it on the supports.
Yeah, for the most part, it is supports.
It's like 4K supports. Yeah.
I mean, what, 10.4k total for the Radiant supports, and just over 6 for the Dire ones?
Yeah, 4.5, something like that.
Well, Zayats has been pinged out here, but they'll let him go.
This safe lane Beastmaster has not been working out. It's been a tough one for ILTW. It does sort of seem like Liquid have his number. Like they realize that he's a key part of the team fights with the Primal Roar and the Vision. And yeah, there is no hesitation from Boxy when he finds him. He drops that arena, throws the spear.
Yeah, I think maybe he needed a blink earlier if I was going to pick one problem that they have. Like, but the way they have to play this game, they have no way of actually capitalizing on the Hawk Vision right now, right? Like, imagine if they just blink roared that Phoenix.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like Necro 1 and Helm of the Dominator fill the same kind of role on Beastmaster, and getting both. He also has drums.
I was going to say, it's mostly just like even that and drums is just like, all right, maybe a little bit of overkill, dude.
Yeah, now he's going to go BOTs. Yeah, he's had no shortage of gold, and some sort of gap closer would have done him well. And it's one of those scenarios where individually I like all three of these items. They're all very good, especially on this hero, but this was a big investment for the early game, and he didn't really get an early game advantage. And now, speak of the devil, they're going to smoke up. They'll find him. Cask, Death Ward, and Insania going to do most of the heavy lifting here, but Mick A gets the last hit. That's a pretty big bounty, too. 400 gold.
That's going to be the weirdest voice line.
I'll be creeping while you be sleeping. It's like some Santa Claus shit.
I was going to say slacks, so pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, I do like Crystal Maiden versus Lycan. Give him the Q. Hit him with the Nova. Creeps will all escape after the chakram.
Liquid continuing to stay aggressive here. I like their movements. They only got a kill onto the Beastmaster, but I like that they're constantly trying to invade enemy territory, keep the pressure on.
Oh, man,
Cape Witch Doctor, also a big fan.
This is a tough game at this point for Virtus.pro. It's like you basically need them to flub an initiation and get a roar on someone really important. Like, be it Mickey jumps in first, or the Lycan's out of position, or something. They need some sort of a roar kill. Because they just don't have any other way of starting a fight. Did they just ping him? Dude, he just got spotted out. Zayat, no! He was in the tree line. I think he let the vision spot him or something?
I'm not sure.
He was hiding in the trees, and I think he walked in a position where there was like a ray of vision.
Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of him. That's a bummer. Up top now. Initiation onto Solo, and the CM gonna be run down. Those wolves are pretty slow, but this time Mick A is gonna get it. Now Koikba initiated on, though. This is that roar you were talking about. They will find a much needed kill on Koikba. Quap blinks out, does not survive. That's gonna be Aegis.
Yeah, they need some help here. That Blink, though, will be back, and she still has the BKB, so she's just gonna get a free kill here, I think.
Maybe nice Centaur Stomp. Reinforcements coming for Liquid, but they don't want to commit under the tower. Ends up being a pretty good trade for VP.
I wonder why they didn't dive. I mean, I don't know. He looked pretty dead. Like, they had everyone coming. Boxy was coming with the Blink. It was Solo still TPing back up there.
I don't know. Maybe the E-Blade's a little intimidating. Afraid of the Timber Saw.
Solo's trying to get a ward down here for a potential defense. Like, he wants to fight up here, I guess? I'm not even sure. Yeah, he's saying, I want to defend this tower, guys. He's staying.
How you feeling about the CM pick overall?
I mean, it's whatever. Maybe like what were other options? Like you could argue like a Wyvern or something, but they only saw Phoenix when they picked it, right? So
yeah, they did open early with it, but
to be fair, Wyvern can do a lot of the same stuff as Crystal Maiden in lane.
Pango got him again. Quap Yules is a pretty nice synergy with Mars also. It's an item she wants to buy, but in those little scenarios, sets up for free spears all day.
I guess the main problem with CM is that you don't really see her biggest impact, which is the aura, right? You know, it's hard to really judge just how much is done throughout the game. CM should still be able to buy detection, though. Come on, man, guys.
Yeah. Witch Doctor going to go down. Reaction from Liquid, though. Buyback from Insania. Oh, daddy. They've got this outpost. Insania is going to TP in. ILTW does sidestep the spear, but they should have enough damage to bring him down before the arena goes. Ends up being a good trade for Liquid this time. A bit costly with the buyback, but actually still a gain.
Nice play by Solo, though. He also cut in behind to the creep wave and just ulted and TP'd out. So he's trying to keep this game alive for them while Noah keeps pushing the bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That next Roche, though, will be the high grounder here for Liquid. But we had two games in a row, USA versus Secret, where they had an opportunity, they had a window where things could look good, and they had the lead, and they did fail to close it out. Now, mind you, Virtus.pro in a bit more of a slump than our friends at Team Liquid as of late. And already things looking better for Liquid. They just got to make sure they do keep that pressure up and they don't relax too much. Although, is there really a big threat of them tossing this one? Not necessarily.
Not really. I think it would take a pretty significant series of misplays. I mean, the Morphling is scary. He's got the BKB. He'll have a butterfly soon, but he's the only one.
He's actually way scarier than I had not checked his gold in a hot minute.
Oh, yeah, he's been farming well, but it's just him. This is turning into the no one show as everyone else is continually falling behind. I mean, no one is 2-1-0 right now. That speaks to how little he's gotten involved in these team fights. He has been focusing pretty much exclusively on his economy. So it makes sense.
Maybe the double blinks will turn it around. If they can keep up this this delay as Insania goes for the solo kill.
Look at this.
Did you see that nerf to Crystal Maiden? Oh,
yeah,
God, I hate that, dude. I hate that so much.
I like it. As a Witch Doctor player, makes me quite happy.
I mean, did she really need that, though? Like, come on, dude. Why do we have to kill the mini stuns?
They're just too good.
I guess so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Witch Doctor, dude.
I mean, you know I'm a fan, too. I want to love the hero.
I think you're right about CM in the sense that you don't really get to see her biggest contribution, which is the aura. But I don't know that it's made a huge difference this game. Like, I guess it's helped no one farm maybe a little more quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point. You don't know.
Well, but I mean, you see it really have an impact with these like bristleback type heroes where you're dominating the lane and having extra mana allows you to dominate that much more. They didn't dominate anything. Like, without the CM aura, would this have looked any different in the lanes? I don't really think so.
I don't know, buddy. It is hard to tell.
I mean, if he was a disruptor, would you feel like they have more options on VP?
Oh, well, their laning would have been worse, to be fair. I think, Disruptor's one of the few worse than CM. I mean, actually, I think the solo laning was actually quite good because he did eventually start bringing out more and more mangoes. So, you know, I would say the lanes probably would have went a lot worse if it wasn't for the Crystal Maiden. Like, I mean, sure, solo Bane maybe could have helped a little, but Bane has his own problems versus this lineup. Like all the various
she definitely
units and
secured
stuff.
them the first blood, which didn't really help that bottom lane all that much.
Yeah, but she's like
still got zoned.
She's still a good hero versus Lycan. She's better than a lot of other fives, and it could have been something like they were worried about the potential mass units because like Necro is such a popular item that it's very common to have Necro builds versus your team, right? And CM is naturally really good with the giant attack speed slow. It's 50 attack slow for 4.5 seconds.
That is very true.
Meanwhile, they are getting the second roast, which was another pivotal moment here for Liquid that they desperately needed to try and stop on the side of VP, but they also don't quite have the items yet, because I do think he needs this butterfly on no one before he really wants to engage again.
Still like Disruptor versus Lycan, though, Trent. I'm not letting that one go.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like Disruptor? Just lanes
like
are kind of... I mean, lanes are pretty important right now, though. It's hard to make the distractor work, you know?
Yeah. I just mean, like, Lycan specifically, there are very few of those cage mechanics.
Cage?
Cage. You got to put the dog in the cage. You got cogs and you got kinetic field. The cages.
Does Disruptor need a barbed wire cosmetic? And then we can have Hell in the Cell, barbed wire going on?
He certainly needs something. I don't disagree that Disruptor's in a rough spot right now. And I don't know what the right buff would be to not make him busted. Insania?
I wouldn't even say he's in a rough spot. I'm sure he's still fine.
I mean, is he getting picked at all?
No, not really. But I don't think it's necessarily the hero. I think he still works in Vision lineups. So he'll start popping off without even getting buffed soon. You'll see.
Oh, see, gank onto no one. That's the BKB. Mickey with a Lincoln's. Surprise, surprise. And no one's just going to walk away. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that we've seen Beastmaster so much. And even Bounty Hunter. Like, you're right that Disruptor does love those Vision
They're getting pincered back here.
Combos. Now, Solo's going to TP out. He'll be fine.
Uh-oh. Dude, they know. They're picking.
He does not have a TP. Blink down for 8.
Right,
it's like, please just take my Centaur.
Yeah.
Take my Centaur, but not me.
Oh, do they have a gem? They have a gem. Oh, did he see that hawk? Oh, it was just outside the range of the gem. Dude, if he saw that hawk fly by that gem, I guess he doesn't have a stun on target anyway. And Mickey's already gone, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, now another catch. They are looking for the Timber Saw, but reinforcements coming. Liquid a little afraid to overcommit.
Jeez,
meanwhile, in the bottom lane.
Just so confused how he got silenced, but there's a Mindbreaker on Queen.
Aha. This is an awkward rotation. Dire do get the scan, so they see that Liquid are coming from the high ground. They wanted to try to set up this gank on the Witch Doctor, but Insania, not the easiest target. and almost found that gap in the trees, but then turned for a stun. They obliterate him before the rest of Liquid can get into the fray. This is a really weird fight. VP still going to take it, though. They drop the stun on Boxy. Now Boxy's here. Amazing arena. CM getting brought down low. She'll fall, but Taiga goes down immediately.
Yeah, it was just CM.
Aegis from Koikba used. I think this is a great fight for VP. Koikba's got nothing left. He's going to go down, and Boxy TP's out. That's a triple for no one. What a disaster for Team Liquid.
They got the right target, right? The big blow up with the they got the Rolling Thunder, the Adaptive Strike, and the Whirling Death just all on the Phoenix right away. And if they don't get that Ag off, these fights get a lot harder. This Phoenix has the Spirit Vessel and the Shiva's Guard, like huge tools in these team fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No one's hitting critical mass here, guys. And that's gonna be one of the worst feelings as a Mars. And when you're watching these games is when they get the wrong target Spirit. Like Crystal Maid's the absolute worst, right? Anyone there would have been better. Boxy has the Shadow Blade, so he has a potential to make something happen here, but it's just him. Oh, they have the gem from Taiga.
Oh, they just threw it down. Oh,
dude, no.
You're right, dude. That was the stolen gem from Taiga. Liquid. Oh, this is costly. They don't have buybacks either. Lycan and Mars stuck on the sideline, so this will cost them Elena Barracks. I don't know if it'll be much more damage, but fairly crippling at 35 minutes, given that VP were on the back foot, still at a net worth disadvantage. And
dude, he's about to be level 25 soon on this Morphling.
Dude, they put all their eggs in the Morphling basket, and them bitches about to hatch.
What are they? A dragon?
Something.
Something terrifying.
I think they're actually a satanic. That's what's in one of the eggs, because he's not too far away.
No, he is extremely close. He is just like 700 gold away, which is not long for no one.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Look at this mango plantation down on the bottom right from that tree dying. They cut all the trees after that big team fight. Now there's like 15 mangoes on the ground. Send the couriers.
Are scanning.
Yeah, this butterfly presents a sticky situation for Liquid because they don't really have MKB carriers.
No.
Either Lycan or Quap like buying the MKB.
Oh, LTW, he's in this here. And he knows they don't have the gem, unless they bought a new one, I suppose, but...
that would be bold. Lose your gem, immediately buy another one. We're right back at them,
They've had it for a while, too. I would assume they have the timer back.
Probably. Sania going for the tried and true double Aether Lens build. Has one already. Another cute.
Man, you know what really helped that fight, guys? Blink daggers. Aren't blink daggers great?
Yes. Oh, bottom lane. Big kill on the Crystal Maiden.
I'm surprised Solo only has 72 last hits. I feel like he's not been killing the creeps. He's just been pushing the waves and... Like, I mean, that's one problem with CM is that in order to, like, fully secure the last hits, you'd have to, like, be fully present on the lane, you know what I mean? You can't just be, like, hiding in the tree line, spamming. Speaking of which, Insania, hiding very close right now to Zayat as he goes invis, but he is the gem. Don't forget on the Pango.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he bounced it on him!
It's not safe. He finds him. Now Insania has the ultimate. He's going to turn, but interrupted straight away with the Rolling Thunder, and Insania definitely a goner. Timbersaw on the way up to join the party, but won't make it in time.
That would be so terrifying to have this Pangolier pirate just like jump out of a tree at you.
Yarr.
I'd come for your booty.
I just like the little mustache that this cosmetic gives him. He already has a mustache, but this one's like...
I like how it makes him look blind because the hat comes so far down. Like he can't even see anything. Like it's this comically huge hat.
I think the tier 5 items should change the cosmetics game a little bit. You know, if you get the pirate hat, your characters should get a goddamn pirate hat on top of their current cosmetics.
I can agree with... Yeah, we should just... You know, Valve should just hand a nice little tidy sum over to whoever made this Pango pirate hat and just slap it on top of everyone. Just scale it up or down depending on the hero and just morph it into their skull and...
You know, you get a Fallen Sky. I want to see, like, some bastardized Blink Dagger...
Just take one of ET's weapons.
Yeah, put it together, put some particles in that thing. Oh, I want some glow sticks. If we're making it to tier 5 items, you should be rewarded.
Yeah, there should be a celebration.
Aesthetically.
Yeah. How about a celebration of winning this game, perhaps, for Liquid? Say, we'll get a big kick on the Rezo.
kill on Rezo. They're going to knock him back even further, and oh, he's not getting away from this, is
No,
he?
he's maledicted.
Okay. Mickey had to BKB, though, to finish off that kill. That was his 10-second charge. Now they're going to find Solo. Now, that'll be 2 kills, but Pangolier thinking about a Rolling Thunder. Zayet, it's a zoning Thunder.
Yeah, I don't think you want to start this fight here, guys. You're 3 heroes.
Morphling, though, now in pretty deep.
BKB.
This is a bit awkward. There's no one going to fight or run, and it looks like the latter. Okay.
I mean, are they going to stop? Well, there's a blink on Boxy, but yeah, he doesn't opt for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 seconds until we discover when the next Roche will be about, as a Prince's Knife is picked up by Taiga. So we move into the next round of neutral items, and it's a minute and a half on Roche.
Ninja Gear, the Illusionist Cape for Timbersaw. Now take me back to the old Darkseer days. I want my particles to start destructing around the map.
Ah, that was a good one. He just lit on fire when the game ended.
Darkseer games, yeah. Good old days. That doesn't happen anymore, right?
No, it got patched. No, it was just. I think it happened in Source 2 for a little bit too, if I'm not mistaken. But then it did eventually get patched.
I never understood the programming logic behind it, though. It's like, okay, so Darkseer uses a crazy amount of particles relative to other heroes with Ion Shell and Wall of Replica, and there's only so many particles per game, and if it goes 90 minutes, the particles just start appearing more? Like,
it was something to do with, like, it defaults to, like, fire or something. It was, like, one of the base particles or something. Yeah, I forget what the logic was before, but I remember seeing it explained and being like, huh, that's kind of cool.
Like, really peculiar. And it was also weirder because it just kept getting worse the longer the game went. It was like there was no floor.
It was so good. Guys, if you've never seen it before, I don't know, there's probably some YouTube video you can Google.
I might have uploaded a clip because the first time it happened to me, I was just like, what is happening? This is an Easter egg. Oh! Here we go. Team fight. Smoke on smoke. Mickey blinks down. Gets that Hex onto Rezo. Now the wall from Boxy. It's pretty darn good. An amazing ultimate from Mickey. The Phoenix Egg goes, but does get destroyed. Taiga buys back alongside ILTW. It's not looking good for VP. Oh. They are taking heavy losses here, but they do get the kill onto Mickey. No one's still alive and healthy, and he might be the one that can play cleanup. Insania does make it out thanks to invisibility. Similar for Boxy, but no, Insania gets caught on the TP.
No one with the cleanup, dude, and there's no buyback on this Queen of Pain. Maybe it wouldn't matter, I guess, but she has Scythe and everything, too, and you feel like they want to get back into this one. The fight did start, as you said, really well for Liquid, but Zayet's big plays there in terms of the chain stunning to help bring down Mickey so he couldn't bob and weave out of that fight, no one able to finish the kill, and no one just so survivable. We have the Aghanims now, too.
Roshan has fallen to the giant.
I'm not sure who's even worth.
Not the Morphling, not the CM.
She's going to hold it. Oh, yeah, we got dead heroes. Probably the Pango doesn't have Basher. Timber would be kind of nice. He has a lot of mana.
Yeah, the Timber one increases his damage output like crazy. You just get 2 Chakrams on independent cooldowns. It is very mana intensive.
Oh, Solo just took it.
Radiant are scanning.
Whoa, so the CM one is the Frostbite one, right? If you stand in freezing field for more than, what is it, 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds?
Is that really the play, dude? I mean, they did. I feel like they buffed this recently. I think it used to be worse.
This is a weird Aghanims. I've tried it a couple times in pubs, and it's one that I really want to like it, but I can't say that it's ever really... It feels very easy to play around. CM's ult often is a target to get interrupted very quickly anyway.
To be fair, he almost has BKB, but it's also 600 mana at his next level. And he did level it, so can he even cast all his spells?
It costs 60% of his mana.
It's close.
It's really close. He can do 1 Nova, 1 Frostbite, 1 Freezing Field, and he's dry.
I mean, obviously, you do regen insanely fast, so, it's fine.
It doesn't feel that fast when you're in a team fight and at 1% mana, though, let me tell you.
Yeah, but, yeah, it'll be fine. Because, like, by the time Crystal Nova regens, you regen back, like, a third of the cost, so...
I guess there isn't much to stop it. Like, the cask is really annoying, but with the BKB, you're not worried.
Yeah, the only thing that'll be will be the Basher, which is just finishing now, I think, for Koikva, yeah. All right, wow, that's a bold move, though, to put it on the CM, I have to say.
Very, very bold.
I feel like this would not go over well if you were the CM in the pub game.
No.
I feel like the Timber would be like, excuse me?
I don't know why the tooltip doesn't tell you how long you have to stand in, though. It just says applies frostbite to any unit that has been standing in freezing field over a set. Oh, that's what scepter frostbite delay means.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 2 seconds is kind of a long time. It does have a big area, but just walk out of it.
I mean, think about it with Arena, though. Like, the way that they're playing, like, Indie Arena and Indie Ag and stuff. Like, we kind of have a designated fighting spot.
That's a good point. Maybe it is the ultimate counterplay to this Arena stack of ultimates. Well, I guess we'll get to see it in action and find out. Initiation mid. They're going to jump straight in onto the Queen.
That is so sick.
Oh, my God.
She has buyback this time, though.
Yeah, but like, she didn't even get to react, dude. That was just unfair. She had a cheese and a BKB and a Yules.
Foxy's still lurking behind, but he's pretty far back at this point.
Tier 3 tower down. VP find themselves a gold advantage. Creeps coming in. Foxy does get the stun, but no follow-up. Doesn't push him deep in like I think he was hoping for. The buyback from Quap has come out. Rezo jumps in. They're getting this Morphling down pretty low. He's stunned up. No one. Wave forms away. Still has the Aegis. They can't bring it down. Koikba, BKB, Wolf form. There's the ult from Boxy.
They're solo. Freeze them solo.
It's going, but Boxy's got the BKB on, so he's going to be immune to it. Same for Mickey. The Quap has to eat the cheese, and she backs out. They do get the kill on Lycan. Not going to credit it to the CM ult, but now they'll go in on the Boxy, and Liquid are just out of gas. This is the dark side of the Lycan. BKB Shapeshift is all your power. With both those down, you're not even a hero. He's going to be stuck on the sideline now for 70, and I think this is VP's game.
This was the classic, how many fights does it take for the lineup to win, and VP just needed one fight. And it was a wipe of a fight thanks to the Blink Daggers. Like, they got solo, and then they just killed everyone else, and no one just became this monster.
Yep. Stun onto the Morphling, possibly the final hold for Liquid. Doing everything they can here, but Boxy going to be the first victim. Diet's rolling around outside of the well. It does get hexed thanks to the Prince's Knife. Now brought down low. Team not going to be able to save. It's focused on objectives. They go, sorry, Zayat, you got to we're taking this to game 2. You died for something, but they get another one as Mickey falls, and the throne is destroyed. 32-23, 45 minutes. It's VP that take the first match.
That is crazy. One fight down bottom with no buybacks, and you lose a Rax, and then suddenly the economy starts shifting towards your opponents unevenly, even though you're still ahead. And then you take another bad fight, and that just kind of feels like it. They march up your high ground. No one became this unstoppable beast. Yeah. And the Blink Daggers came out, and suddenly they could just win team fights out of nowhere.
Yeah. Dude, we've seen this a couple times now where you can't leave these really scary carries unchecked. Liquid had a great lead for themselves at 35 minutes. It was upwards of 10,000, 11,000, but they never killed no one. He ended that game 13-1-1. It felt like they were getting momentum. It felt like they were finding all these kills. 19 of their 32 kills were on the supports.
Yeah. And
killing solo is just not worth very much.
People talk like, I mean, comebacks are less common now than like they were before with a lot of the rubber band stuff, but one of the reasons why this comeback in particular worked was just how often they were stuck on those side lanes. And it, ILTW with the Beastmaster, again, this Hawk vision just giving so much space to no one